Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest and welcome to November 22, 2024. There's about 30 minutes left of trading today and this week. And overall, today has been quite good. The end of the week has been satisfactory unless you're heavily unless you're heavily invested in Wisetech. Last time I looked, Wisetech was down about 10%, and that's the reason why all tech is down 0.63%. And that's probably the reason why the tech sector is down quite a bit today. I'd say maybe 3% because Wisetech is a large proportion of the IT sector. But we'll have a look at the performance of the sectors, indices, and companies later in the video. In fact, that's one of the first things we're going to do. And then after I've gone through that, we'll have a look at all these different companies that have had AGMs today, have released trading updates, that sort of thing. And I've already chosen the stock of the day, which is A2 Milk. I chose that over Wisetech, Electro, Optics, Kogan, Lovisa, to name a few, simply because the share price of A2 Milk had risen greater by percentage change than any other company had risen or fallen today. So A2 Milk, by far the best fill story of the day. And I've also recorded the small cap of the day, which is Wisetech. A really interesting story there. And when I say story, I mean trading in that company today. They had the AGM and also released a negative trading update, slightly negative trading update. And there was panic in the streets on open. So Wisetech's share price went from 43 cents at close yesterday down to 27 cents within the first few minutes of trading. And so that's down about 40% or so. And then within 20 minutes of the low, the share price had recovered. Someone literally could have bought at 27 cents at the low and made 50% profit, actually greater than 50% profit, because a rise from 27 cents back up to 42 cents, which was a high of the day, that's more than a 50% gain in a fairly short period of time. And I can almost guarantee you, whoever sold at 27 cents is kicking themselves right now, unless they don't know what's happened to the share price after they sold. Anyway, so Wisetech, small cap of the day, and I'll release that video on Saturday morning, the 23rd of November. Okay, so let's get stuck into the video. And if I have time, I will look at some of your comments. So let's get stuck in the video, looking at the best and worst performing sectors and indices today. And I would say there's only one sector down, which would be the IT sector. So I'm saying IT sector down 2.6%. Oh, 3.97%. So every single other sector is up and up big, apart from telecommunications, only up 0.39%. We have 6 sectors up by over 1%, energy up 2.33%. So the only bad performing sector today is IT. And I think that's simply because of Wisetech, maybe a little bit of NextDC mixed in there. And let's have a look at what else could have driven the IT sector down. And what I'm going to do is have a look at the companies within this sector by market cap. And there are 4 big companies within the IT sector. So Wisetech 0, NextDC, and Technology 1. In fact, Technology 1 is up 2%. NextDC down 2.9%. They also had the AGM 0 up, but Wisetech down 10.7%. And that is by far the biggest company within this sector. In fact, I'd say it comprises maybe 30 to 40% of the sector. And that's why IT sector has had a really, really bad day. Otherwise, pretty good day on the markets. Gold up 1.24%, banks up again, ASX 20 up 1.14%. In fact, if we have a look at the ASX 20, I would say maybe one company down, and that would be Wisetech. Let's see if that is true. 2 down. So which other company is down today? Which other company? Maybe Aristocrat Leisure. That's not a surprise. And the best performing company in the ASX 20 today is Woodside, then Wesfarmers, CBA up 1.76%. It's getting ridiculous. CBA's PE ratio is heading towards 30, which is absurd. Talk about bubbles. We could be seeing the biggest bubble on the ASX in history when it comes to CBA, because if the share price keeps on rising, this valuation of this company is heading towards ridiculous levels. Anyway, that's all I'm going to talk about when it comes to CBA. There's some people out there still buying it. Don't know why. Maybe they're just buying it blindly. Anyway, let's have a look at the best and worst performing companies today. Let's see if I've missed anything, because There was a lot of AGMs today, a lot of trading updates, that sort of thing. I'm not sure I'll be able to talk about all of them. So let's have a look at the top gainers. A company called DevX Resources. Actually, I did see this one. Yeah, so let's have a look and talk about DevX Resources, a company I don't really know anything about. And when I say don't know anything about, I mean absolute zero about this company. DevX Resources, share price up 27.3%. Okay, that's the reason why I saw something. So they did actually receive a price and volume query. So the share price has been rallying on no news. I doubt there was anything in the AGM because it was not market price sensitive. So let's have a look at what DevX has said. Why the share price has rallied today? Typically, the answer to question one is no, and that's exactly what they've done, because that would mean they have some news that they have not released to the market, and that's not good. They don't have to answer question two, not applicable. Question three is where we might get some interesting reasons why the share price has rallied, but they've just gone with the boring route. No, I really don't like that. They could come up with something really creative and something maybe to explain the share price that they wouldn't otherwise be able to do. Maybe there was a good report from a broker, something like that, or maybe there was some news or some chatter on hot copper. They could have done anything here. I just don't like no, because I like when companies become creative, and sometimes you'll see really creative reasons why the share price is rallying. And I've just knocked my keyboard off the table. So let's have a look at the chart for DevX. I've already forgotten what the ticker code is. Is it just Dev? It is just Dev. And the first thing I see when I look at this chart is no reason to get excited. Now, there has been some really big volume the last two trading days. So this is not just volume today. It's been the last 2 days. It could just be because the share price is down at 10 cents. It seems to have bounced off 10 cents. A round number. Investors love round numbers. Investors love 10 cents for some reason. So I would say there was some shareholders out there, some investors out there who saw the share price get to 10 cents and go, ooh, time to buy this company. Share price has dropped from 44 cents down to 10 cents in the last 6 months. So I don't like this chart at all. Otherwise, Spectre, nah. I'm just thinking, meh. There's A2 Milk, which is the stock of the day. Look out for that video. I should release that on the evening of the 21st of November. And let's have a look by market cap, see if there's any surprises in here. Sigma Healthcare up 5.6%. No, that's 6%. A few, not a few. Yeah, there's quite a few, what do you call it? Uranium companies here. Paladin Energy up. DPLO, Lotus Resources. Not sure what Firefly Metals does, but it has a pretty big market cap for a company I don't know anything about. 643, up 7%. Share price of that company has rallied 105% in the past year. And Electro Optic Systems, I will look at that company in a closer detail later in the video, but that's it. Nothing else there. Okay, so let's have a look at the top losers today. And top loser by percentage change is Core Potash. Don't really care. Turnover is fairly low, so I can move on. I doubt the company has released anything today. Let's just confirm that. I should confirm it. Core Potash, just finalization of EPC contract 2 days ago. Does that mean the share price fell a lot? It rose a lot and then fell a lot and has fallen even more. We can move on, I think. Anything else here? Nothing. Fairly boring day. Nanoview has had a really good run the last few months, weeks, I think. Just have a look at the chart for this one. NVU. This could be a little bit of a sell-off now. Profit taking. Yeah, a lot of volatility here. And maybe, yeah, this could be a support level where Nanoview is right now. And there's Wisetech down 11.7%. AML 3D, I believe they have done a capital raising and the share price has popped up, so that's pretty good capital raising. And ADX Energy down again. 3 down days in a row. Now let's have a look by market cap. Wisetech should be at the top of this list. Yes. Pilbara Minerals down. Megaport. Okay, so interesting. Megaport did have the AGM. Oceania Healthcare released their results today. Share price down 9.7% on turnover $457. I'm not sure I should talk about that company because that could be just noise. Cettire down again. I don't remember seeing any announcements from that company. And that's about it. Articore. I don't remember that company having anything or releasing anything. Okay, so let's have a look at some companies that released some interesting things, not only today, but last night. And we'll start off with Electro Optic Systems. Funnily enough, there was a comment. Who wrote the comment? Oh, Thorley Photography. Just zoom in a little bit. So I actually did read this comment last night. So he wrote it about, would have been about 7 p.m. or something like that. Electro Optics announcement, binding share sale agreement to sell its naval satellite communication subsidiary. After this, I'm not sure what is left of EOS Space Systems. I feel like they have sold off the reason why I was a long-term hold and left me with rubbish. Perhaps they should sell everything and just pay out the shareholders. I read this comment and went, I didn't see any Electro Optics announcement. Did I miss something? No, I did not, because the company released this announcement at about 6:40 p.m. I could be off by about 40 minutes. 6:11 p.m. Okay. 6:01 p.m. So they released 3 announcements at 6:01, 6:08, and 6:11. So Electro Optics announces divestment of EM Solutions for 144 million. Now, I'm going to say something really positive about this. They bought EM Solutions. So I've been a shareholder of Electro Optics for many years. I'm talking about 7 to 8 years. And I remember them buying EM Solutions, and it was not for much. It was about for $20 million. So they've actually made quite a bit of money from EM Solutions. And I would think, without even reading anything here, what they're doing is they're selling out of any non-core segment or division. And the reason they bought EM Solutions is because of their Starlink, which they have abandoned. So this seems like a natural enough divestment. And another thing they might do with the money is to pay back Sol Pattinson. And I now believe, and this is true for every single company, do not get in bed with WH Sol Pattinson. They don't care about anything else except themselves, which is not probably what they should do, but they only care about themselves, and even if it's really detrimental to a company they have invested in. So let's see. I'm just going to see if they're going to do that. I actually haven't looked at these yet. By the way, share price in the market has reacted quite positively to this announcement. So usually if a company does do this sort of divestment and they are receiving a lot of money, they should mention what they're going to do with that money. Okay, so in fact, the proposed transaction aligns with EOS transformation strategy to focus on commercializing its substantial intellectual property. So what they're mentioning here is that EM Solutions is not part of their core part of the business. If that makes sense. Their core, whatever. Yeah. I just want to see if they're doing or mentioning anything they're going to do. Oh, here we go. The 2019 acquisition of EM Solutions, did they say how much they bought it? Yeah, 26 million. So they actually did make quite a bit of profit with this company. So bought it for 26 million, selling it for 144 million. Oh yeah, here we go. Completion of the proposed transaction will automatically trigger the repayment of Electro Optics' outstanding debt facility with WH Sol Pattinson. That's great. That's actually absolutely great news that they don't sort of not a slave to WH Sol Pattinson anymore. The total amount to be repaid to WHSP is currently 64.4 million. I don't mind this transaction. I don't mind this divestment because you're getting out of this debt with WH Sol Pattinson. And in my book, that's a good thing to do. The other thing is, I do like the direction this company is moving down. I do like the new management. And if this is something they think will beneficial this company for the long term, I don't mind that at all because, again, they've abandoned that SpaceLink. SpaceLink. Yeah. In fact, they actually mentioned here the 2019 acquisition of EM Solution was intended to support the EOS SpaceLink venture, which EOS terminated in 2022. Okay. So I don't mind this at all. The market has reacted a little bit positively. However, in saying that, the share price has collapsed over the past few days. So let's have a look at the chart for Electro Optics. And yeah, a bit of a bounce today, but the chart does look pretty negative right now. And again, I'm not trading this. I do have a longer term position and it's a fairly small position, but unless I see the chart and the sentiment turning more positive, I have no reasons to trade this just yet. Let's have a look at a few other companies who release some interesting announcements today. I was going to talk about Oceania because I don't know anything about this company. Share price down 9.7%, but the volume has been really low. We're talking about one trade probably, and if you look at the buyers and sellers, there's nothing here. Very few buyers and sellers for Oceania Healthcare. So I think we can move on. What about Lovisa? This is an interesting one, and I did see the company release a trading update. So AGM trading update, they also had the AGM. And whenever I own a company and the share price is under pressure and I see a trading update being released, I do get a little bit, I wouldn't say nervous, but I do have these feelings that the trading update is going to be negative because that's what the market has been thinking. So in a way, with the share price up 2%, the market's got this one wrong, in a way. Initially, the share price was down though, looks like. Opened at 29, so it was down and it got to a low probably early in trading, but share price has rallied. So, and I'm not surprised with that. I don't think and did not think this was a negative trading update. I wouldn't have said it was a positive trading update either, but it definitely was not negative. In fact, comparable source sales up 1%, not a lot, but it's up. It was down previously, and also total sales up 10%. So they are increasing their store count quite rapidly, in fact. They also mention they've gone to 3 new markets, Ivory Coast, Republic of Congo, which is interesting, and Panama. Anyway, so compared to this time last year, they're currently trading from 91 more stores in 9 additional markets. And I do think and do like this company's rollout strategy, the expansion strategy. Anyway, so let's have a look at the chart for Lovisa. I'll just see why I was maybe a little bit nervous that they did release a trading update today, had their AGM, because share price had fallen a fair bit over the past month and a bit from about $36 down to 27, so a 25% decrease in share price. So that time, sometimes that could portend or be a harbinger for a negative trading update, and we did not see that today for Lovisa. Okay, let's move on to another company I should talk about. Actually, let's have a look at Capital Brief. Let's just refresh this. Misinformation bill flops as Greens confirm opposition. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Thank you, Greens. Misinformation bill. I am apolitical. Is that the right word? I don't support either party. I will support a politician or not support a politician based off any sort of bills they do propose. And this misinformation bill, I absolutely hate it. Absolutely deplore this misinformation bill. So if the Labor Party wanted me against them, they were doing their hardest. Anyway, so misinformation bill flops. That's great news. There we go. Lovisa shares rally despite 4th quarter strike on remuneration. That's interesting. Did I say 4th quarter? 4th strike, not 4th quarter. I'm thinking sport. Next DC chief endorses nuclear power for Australia. 2 thumbs up with that as well. I'm a big proponent of nuclear power. And another reason why I'm not a big fan of Labor Party. Uranium miners lead ASX energy rally. We've already seen that. CSL shares rise as Citi downplays impact of Trump policies. Again, I believe that's also a bit of an overreaction for the market, thinking these healthcare companies will be negatively affected by Trump policies. Seems like Citi agrees with me. Meta flags concerns over Labor's rush social media laws. Another reason I don't like Labor, social media laws. It's quite a few things I don't like about Labor right now. Uber party back in court. Wisetech Richard White says he's only spoken logically and intellectually to board. And there we go. Next DC share slide as it flags staff retention issues. GQG announces buyback after shares hit by a Downey scandal. Megaport shares tumble after reiterating guidance. That's interesting enough. Here's an interesting one. So 9:46 a.m. Lovisa shares slip after underwhelming trading update. So you can just see how the sentiment and the story changes during the day. So Lovisa shares slip compared to Lovisa shares rally. So this can happen in one day or less than one day. In fact, let's have a look at the chart for Lovisa today. Let's have a look at the 1 minute chart. Yeah, so on open, the share price had collapsed down about 5%, and we have seen share price rally during the rest of the day. So again, this is another more proof that probably should not react on open when a company releases a trading update. So we have had two companies today, Visan and Lovisa, whose share price have rallied after the initial drop. Now, sometimes it doesn't rally, but it's okay because the share price won't drop much if the share price doesn't rally. Okay, what else can I talk about today? Kogan did release or have their AGM, and share price was all over the place. So the AGM trading update was okay, I suppose. I won't show you in this particular video. All we're going to do is have a look at the chart for Kogan. So I had a quick look, and I wasn't filled with any nice fuzzy feelings when I looked at the trading update. It was okay, and I suppose the markets thought the same thing. In fact, this is the complete opposite. So don't react on open. So share price rallied on open and then dropped. Sometimes you see this a lot. So an overreaction from the market, and there is that saying that amateurs open the market, professionals close it. And you can see it right now. You can see it with Kogan. You can see it with Lovisa, with Visan. The retail investors come in, they panic when they see what they think might be negative or positive. I suppose you can't panic if it's positive. But some Kogan people saw, or some investors thought, oh, this is a great update from Kogan. Share price has opened up. Or they saw the indicator price was going to open up and they just added fuel to the fire and then it collapsed. Anyway, so that's Kogan. Let's have a look at the daily chart for Kogan. Any interest in this right now? Share price going sideways. No interest in this chart at this point in time. What else? Wisetech. Let's have a look at Wisetech. Yeah, Wisetech. I was going to bypass this one. Share price down 11.75%. It was very, if A2 Milk didn't have their announcement, by the way, A2 Milk up 14.14%. If A2 Milk didn't have this reaction today, Wisetech would have been the stock of the day. And let's have a look at why the share price is down. So again, they had the AGM, an update to financial year 25 guidance. Don't really care about interim CEO address and founder message. That's irrelevant. What's important here is update to financial year 25 guidance. That is going to move the share price higher or lower. So we have no idea if this was going to be positive. In fact, I thought it would be positive. I just thought it would be positive because the share price has rallied over the past few months. Maybe not few months, over the past few weeks. Okay, so this was negative. I'll say slightly negative. Where is it? As a result, and they're blaming Richard White's distractions, as a result of distractions flowing from certain media attention, Richard White, and the organizational changes that have subsequently been implemented, the commercial launch of container transport optimization has been delayed. And that's why this is sort of like a downgrade. So they've gone into their expected numbers, revenue up 15 to 25%, EBITDA up about 21 to 33%, and EBITDA margins around 50 to 51%. So disappointed the market a little bit, share price down 10%, but still significantly higher than it was not that long ago. So let's have a look at the chart for Wisetech. It's up all over the place. Share price fell, significant volume coming in when the share price did fall with that Richard White stuff. Then share price rallied to a new high. Yes, yesterday the share price went to an all-time high for Wisetech, and then today share price has dropped. However, it is a green candlestick, which means there has been some buying coming in. So let's have a look at the 1 minute chart for Wisetech. Oh, in fact, it's swung around. So it opened significantly down, opened down 18% and then rallied and is starting to go down again. Yes, starting to drop again. Interesting day for Wisetech. A few other companies I thought I'd just touch upon. A company called RAS and Technology Company, RAS Technology. I think it's RAS Sport Technology, I think. Share price was down 9.1% on the AGM. I did not have a look at this. So maybe there was something negative within this particular AGM. But let's have a look at the chart for this one, because at one point I did like this chart, but this particular company hasn't popped up recently, and that's the reason why. Share price has fallen a fair bit over the last few months. It's gone from about $1.60 back to $1.13. But maybe this could be a buy the dip situation. I don't know. Maybe. But that's the whole reason this company hasn't popped up recently. Share price has been in a bit of a funk over the past few months. And Megaport, down 9.33% on their AGM. This is another one I have not gone through yet. Apparently, according to Cover Brief, they have reiterated their guidance, but the chart probably looks and continues to look absolutely awful for Megaport. Oh, actually, no. Share price did rally a little bit, and it's just fallen today. Anyway, so I'm not interested in that chart at all, unless... No, there's no unless. I'm not interested in this chart at all. What else? Duratec. In fact, I'm going to see if Duratec's share price has increased or decreased. It's not moved. They did have an earnings guidance announcement at 1:56 p.m. Share price has not moved. What else? Let's have a look. We have NextDC, Adore Beauty. In fact, Adore, I'm just going through some charts now. Adore Beauty, share price was down last time I looked a fair bit. Oh, that's not a fair bit, 1.48%. I'm wrong. Must have been another company. Credit Clear had a bit of an update as well. Share price up a little bit. AGM and financial year 25 guidance reaffirmed. Chart for this company does look interesting. It's Credit Clear. Yeah, this is actually a nice looking chart. Do you like the increase in volume as well? So one maybe to put on your watch list, Credit Clear. And no, I won't talk about Lynch Group. It's a flower company. And the last company I'm going to look at is a newly listed company. Yes, we're starting to see some new IPOs. This company is called Symal Group. Symal Group. Symal Group. Trade history, second day of trading, because they listed on the 21st. Share price did not move. This company does have a markup of about 100 million, if I remember, maybe 400 million. Yeah, 437 million. P ratio of 12.3. It seems like it's in construction, infrastructure, maybe mining services, that sort of area. Haven't had a close look at it. If you do like IPOs or newly listed companies, I won't have a look at this company again until it's been on the ASX for at least 6 months, or the first financial results have been released, or the company does release a trading update. But have a look at their replacement prospectus, 242 pages. Have a read of that. You can read about the company. You can read about the industry overview. I do like prospectus because they are a trove of really fascinating information. Not all 242 pages are interesting, but there's a lot of interesting information you can find in a prospectus. In fact, I'm going to open this up. Now, it's going to take a while for this to open. Well, I thought it would take longer than this. And if I know a company has listed within the last 2 years, I will always have a look at their prospectus. So if you have a look at the index, if I can find it here. No, where's the index? There should be the index within the first few pages. Here it is. I went straight past it. There we go. So, few reasons I love prospectuses. I went zoomed in way too much. This is taking a while to respond. There we go. Here's the reasons why I love prospectuses. So, I don't really care about the chair's letter, founder's letter, and don't really care about the investment overview. What I really like is business overview, which is like 30 pages long, and industry overview, which is 7 pages long. I have found some really interesting information in the industry overview section in a prospectus. And then you also have financial information, risk factors, key people, details of the offer, I don't care. Independent limited assurance report, don't care. Additional information, probably don't care. So yeah, have a look at prospectuses. And if you're really intrigued by businesses and industries, you want to know more about a company or an industry, have a look at the prospectus. I fully endorse and recommend that. Anyway, so this is a company new on the ASX, Symal Group. Okay, well, that's all I want to really talk about in today's video, apart from your comments. So let's have a look at some of your comments. Why not? Let's start with Rick Thellian. IFO up again at 4.7 cents. So is that was that my small cap of the day yesterday? You're talking about IFG. I'm assuming Infocus Group. Yeah, you must have been talking about a lot of volatility here. Share price opened at 3.8, went to high of 5.6, low of 3.7. Yeah, a lot of volatility in Focus Group. Share price up 15%. Yes. IFG. So really good volume again. So nice day for Focus Group. Let's go back to the comments. For some reason, it went back to Thorley Photography. Nice rise for Electro Optics. I've already talked about that. There you go. Rick Thelian, A2 milk up 15%. Stock of the day. Stock of the day. I should have brought before bad luck. Christy Fist talking about wallets and alarm fetches. I have no idea how should I go about transferring them to Binance. I have no idea. Sorry, Kirsty Fisk. I have zero idea. I'm the wrong person to ask. Rick Thelian, A2 melting in F25 update. I've already talked about A2 in the stock of the day. Thank you. Thanks, Michael. Good choice for small cap of the day. Fortunately, I took a small position in QGQ a few months ago, and as you said, it's been flat recently, so I wouldn't buy the dip in case this gets worse. So they have mentioned, according to Capital Brief, they're doing a share buyback, probably trying to get the market back on side. And let's have a look. Details of share buyback. Yep. So let's have a look at the chart. Bit of a bounce, not much of a bounce, but a bit of a bounce. Still, there's a bit of risk out there. And yeah, I just don't like this. And there has been a bit of selling today. I shouldn't discount that. Share price got up to $2.50 just after open. And yeah, we have seen a bit of selling. Yeah, so that's not a good sign moving forward for GQG. I've already talked about Electro Optics. Stu Percy says, I'm loving your kids. I don't have any kids. So Alcidion announcement, another contract, slow and steady in the right direction. Haven't looked at Alcidion for a while. They do announce quite a few contracts. But again, with this company, it's not about contracts. For me, it's about the financial information. I don't care if they have these contracts. Look at that, 2 contracts within the last 7 days. But for me, it's about their financial information. It's about becoming profitable on a continuing basis, operating cash flow, free cash flow positive. I haven't looked at the chart for a while. The share price did look interesting for a little bit, and the share price pulled back. That's a 1-minute data, so we don't look at that. Yeah, it started to look interesting back in August, and then share price pulled back, and I do think the share price has found a bottom, though. The downtrend has come to an end. I'm calling that right now. The downtrend in Alcidion has come to an end. Just James Dean, the QBE still ticking up. So I have taken a trading position in this company. In fact, I took trading positions in quite a few companies. Yes, quite a few companies. I'm slowly adjusting the way I do things. So trading a little bit more, relying less on longer term positions. And QBE is one of the trading positions I've taken alongside AMP. What else have I done? Taking positions in that if I asked myself 10 years ago, if I told myself 10 years ago, I took positions in this company, I would have probably given myself a slap. QB was one, Lendlease was another, AMP definitely was one, and there's a few other companies, 10 years ago, I would have given myself a slap for taking positions in these companies. Anyway, and by the way, QBE is still looking pretty good. The chart looks good. How high can it go? No idea. I'm just trading the chart. And I'm already in profit. That's good. Now, I should have bought on the breakout here. So I should have bought probably last week. Yeah, there was a good breakout. Probably about $19 would have been a good time to take a position in that company. Just James Dean also says Super Retail has pulled back to 5-year trend line. Buy the dip? Question mark. Let's have a look at Super Retail Group. Is this a buy the dip situation? Ooh, hello. Almost. So what I've got here is a long-term uptrend going all the way back to 2000. I suppose that's not that long. 2022, and there is James Dean. What did he say again? 5-year trend line. Well, I've got a 3-year or 2-year trend line here. So let's have a look at the weekly chart. I suppose you could almost. Oh, it actually does. It does. You can even take that further down. That's really nice. Yeah, you got all the way down to the bottom of the COVID-19 financial panic, and there's definitely a trend there. That's without question. And the share price is just above that trend line right now. So it all depends where exactly you put that trend line, but it looks like it did bounce not that long ago, a couple of weeks ago. It has fallen back. And it's getting very close to that uptrend. I can definitely see this, just James Dean. I'm going to put this on my possible buy. And I would say this is a better valuation than some of the other companies. Like I took a position in Accent Group because I thought the market overreacted. Yeah, share price, yeah, it's okay. I bought at 216, but 225. Yeah, I'm liking that. Just I love these sort of comments because it makes me think, makes me have a look, and I can find opportunities. And George says, I definitely like that one. In this one, you have started with a brief overview of the company, just so we know what we are dealing with. Maybe I should do that more often. Give a brief overview when I do these small caps of the day, because a lot of times you probably have never heard of the company. Sometimes I have never heard of the company. Today I did it on Visan. I didn't even think about doing an overview because I know a fair bit about the company. Rick Thellian, PWR Holdings, good rise again. Let's have a look at the chart for PWR Holdings, because I have not looked at that for a few days, and I'm just kicking myself that I did not buy on the bounce. Not the bounce, the share price started to bounce off $6. Yep, and share price up again a little bit today. I think the bottom has been, I think the bottom was about $6 on that day where, if you have a look at the 1 minute chart, now let's have a look at the 5 minute chart. There's a really nice bounce right on well, not right on, it was about $6.10. But it was a really good bounce, and we saw some good volume coming in later in that day. And I do think the market overreacted, or maybe is overreacting. And piece of, what was that one again? POD. Oh, I forget POD. Price for pullback, or price for buyback, 3.2 cents, trending lower. POD. What was this one again? Podium Minerals. Yeah, Podium Minerals. Let's have a quick look at Podium Minerals. Oh, yeah, it's pulled back a fair bit. This could be interesting. Yeah, this could be interesting. So they did a results of entitlement offer, capital raising. Yeah, this looks interesting. I do like this. I do like the pullback. And I don't think the share price will fall much further than, say, 2.5 cents, if anything. But if the share price did get to 2.5 cents, I'd be intrigued by this as a bounce play. Okay. And don't listen to Albo. Look, I am apolitical. What's the word for that? I am bipartisan. Is that the word I'm looking for? Bipartisan. Bipartisan. I'll say non-political. Involving the agreement of cooperation of two political parties. No, that's not what I'm looking for. I don't follow a party. What's a word for I don't follow a party? I don't belong to a party. Don't follow a political party. Must be a word for that. Apolitical. Or maybe I am apolitical. Is apathy, apoliticism, is apathy or antipathy towards all political affiliations. Well, that's not true. It says a person may be described as apolitical if they are uninterested or uninvolved in politics. Well, I'm uninvolved in politics. I wouldn't say I'm uninterested. Anyway, that's for another video. Anyway, so don't listen to Albo says PWH was trading at a P ratio of high 30s. So its large price drop yesterday is not surprising. Yeah, not surprising because with a P ratio of, say, high 30s, that means market is expecting some growth. And when the company doesn't deliver growth, then the share price should drop. However, I think with the rebound in the share price, what the market is saying, hey, this is just one-off, and we expect PWR Holdings to grow over the next 5 years. And that's exactly what they've done over the past 10 years. They have grown. So this could be just a little blip, but if it's not a blip, I would say this company is still overvalued. Okay, That's all I have for this particular video. If you have any questions, any thoughts, leave those in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I'm not a financial advisor. If you need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who's qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. Bye.